Yo, what's good? It's your boy LOE PESCI, reppin' OG Hindu Kush. AGL is a goodlook.com. We live on 514 Smoke, you know what I mean?
But the speed of sound's what we living by. I look at my clock, I see the hours pass, suffocating the sands, a giant hourglass.
Yeah, man, the album's called Good Times 2. First solo project that I dropped. I dropped the record last year with my partner Bruno. OG Hindu Kush in 3D. So it's been exactly a year. We dropped it on the same date, and you know what I mean? Been getting some good reviews and shit like that. Dropped a video for the first single, DMT with Joe Rogan.
I look at my watch, I see the years change. Time sits still if you don't fear pain.
You know, Joe Rogan tweeted about the joint, and you know what I mean? So that was a good look. Well, obviously a project with someone else, you know what I mean? You fully, you know, you have to agree on everything. So it's like, you know, this joint's gonna be about this. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So whereas you do a project alone, it's, you know, you decide everything. You know, you're like, this joint's gonna be about this, and that's it. And then if that person don't want to feature on it, then, you know, you find someone else. So that's it, man. Doing a project alone was something that I've been needing to do for a long ass time. I had joints, you know, sitting around and shit like that, but you know, I urge anyone out there who's making music not to just drop a record just to drop a record. You know what I mean? Put out a record because you're proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like you made a collection of songs that go together well, and that, you know, people who like the kind of music that you like will be able to appreciate. You know what I mean? And be proud of what you put out. That's what I did. I mean, for years I could have put out a solo project, but it just wasn't up to par for me personally. And the OG Hindu Kush record came together. You know what I mean? Because in a group formation, you're able to sometimes motivate a little more. That's why you see a little more, you know, groups and collectives and posses, and people need to like stick together to like motivate each other and shit, you know. But as an artist, it's always good to be able to do your own thing. So, you know, if you're able to channel that and put a project together, I mean, it's definitely something different than putting a group or a collective record together. You know, a lot of people who have, you know, solo efforts or groups and collectives, you know, they're always trying to push, you know, their own shit, but at the same time you gotta have like an obligation to push your crew and this and that. But it's important to be able to make joints on your own, you know what I'm saying?
For the record, anyone who sounds as whiny as Mike Tyson should know how to fight like him. So after destroying ya, look at his ass embarrassed. He half prepared this and I beat him like his Latin parents. You think his gun talk may be real? Yo, he ain't no Navy SEAL. If he put me in a scope, I'm getting Shady's deal.
Well, to me it's not like a transition because I've been rapping forever. So, you know, since I was, you know, coming up with bars, to me it wasn't like, oh, this is a battle, this is a song, you know, like I just used to write bars, you know, songs and whatnot, and freestyle, you know, battling would be like freestyle back then. And then the whole scene changed and it became, you know who you're battling in advance. The material became more, you know, dense and shit like that. So basically at some point it became a transition to do like these written battles. But once I got in the groove of doing that, you know, you put your bars aside, like shit that you usually you'd write a song about, like, you know, I'm better than you and this and that. A lot of rappers, you know, it wasn't even whack to do that back then, you know, like people would just be making songs about I'm iller than you and that's what it is. And that could still make a great rap record, you know what I'm saying? So basically the transition from putting those bars into these battles, you know, where you're battling someone specific, and then it gives you a bit more of like an opening to, when you write a song, write more about something specific, you know, as opposed to just a song about how I'm ill, you know, how I might still do that, but you know, you might want to make joints about something specific or go into, you know what I mean, some subject or whatever, and that allows you to do that a little more, you know what I'm saying? That's a tough question. I might have to go with DMT just because it's the first joint that I kind of wrote, and that kind of made the whole project like start. You know what I mean? I wrote that joint, we found the right beat, and then we put it together, we recorded it, we re-recorded it until it was perfect, and then that was kind of like the push that made us really start working on that record and really put it together, you know? So I think I might have to say that, but then again, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of joints that mean a lot to me on that record. So specifically because I was like, you know, working on this and that, and you know, in that period of time I was thinking this, and I really put it out onto the joint, you know. So like Can't Get to Sleep is a joint, you know what I mean, that has a good significance, and I really feel like it's something different, you know what I mean, from the other records that I put out.
Can't get to sleep, I think I need some help. Just wanna dream like everybody else. It's the coldest season, so So we oversleep in morning. I fold the sheepskin, not a soul is speaking. The soul is peaceful, it's so deceitful, like it's been stuck in a box without a hole to breathe through. Ain't trying.
And but yeah, it's really hard to name, man. There's a lot of records that I like on that joint. Good Times 2, the joint with Borden. That's one of my favorite joints on that too. You know what I'm saying?
You can make chips off many things. 20 slanged in the house with that Gregory Kane. Diagnosis, they dying for it or dying from it. Taking in vain, they carry boulders like some kind of luggage.
Definitely have to hear the whole record and decide for yourself. Well, everything's always going to be missing something. Nothing's perfect, you know what I'm saying? You could be dating Jessica Alba and be like, the bitch gotta have more tits, you know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's ever perfect, but the scene's great, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, you know what I mean, who are getting motivated off, you know, seeing people put out records, put out videos. People are like, yeah, I gotta promote my shit more. And at the end of the day, that's what it really is if people start doing stuff, other people are like, yeah, there's people from my city doing stuff, I gotta do stuff too, you know what I'm saying? So that's, I think the scene is dope. Obviously, is it missing something? Obviously, it's always gonna be missing something, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have no fucking hip-hop radio show, Music Plus doesn't play fucking rap videos, you know what I mean? They're playing reality shows all day, you know, there's not enough, everyone's always gonna preach that there ain't no unity bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. You make your music, you put out your music. We're not all gonna hold hands and fucking, you know what I'm saying, sing fucking Kumbaya and all that. So. But yeah, the scene, is the scene missing something? Yeah, of course it's missing something. It's missing a bunch of shit, but you know what I mean? It's a small city, fucking 2-3 million people. Half of them are French. They don't give a fuck about English rap. We don't give a fuck about French rap for the most part. So what are you gonna do, man? It's another day at the office.
You gotta push to make it, and success you could evade it. A whole lot on your mind and chest, you just couldn't say it. That's why the kush is sacred to those that could have made it. Circus and dumb shit, feeling permanent numbness. Everywhere you turn, another problem. A whole lot of real life shit anybody will have trouble solving. People fucking talking, it ain't never stopping. They praise the gossip, thinking gospel is a better